cares that they think, a simple thank you sometimes, as I said, goes a long way rather than monetary. They call it pay for performance. You make more, they give you more money, you do a better job. For some people, as I said, it might work.
Something I've noticed that I don't know if it's effective or not, but sometimes when you get emails, that all the emails you get, it says thank you, and then their name and like a salutation kind of waters down thank you.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, if they really mean it, the thing is, if they are genuine. Because many times, as I said, unfortunately, we live even our performance evaluation, all of this thing on it is that we live in a fake society. We live in a society that we are not ourselves. Very hardly you see people that are themselves. And for that reasons. My issue is, that's why. I think, honestly, we have to have classes for all of us that teaches us to break all these barriers. Teaches us to just look a little inside and figure out that we don't have to go by the books. We have to change a little, and we don't have to. If we're not happy, many of us, that we take. If your performance is not evaluated, and you think you've done a better job, you always take revenge. You always have ill feeling toward others because you think they have done you wrong. And let's start by changing within. So as I said, okay, great job. Sometimes just thank you. It works. It's powerful if they really mean it. And the feedback loop, that's like this is a nice thing we use. Decide what to measure. Decide how you measure, and compare actual performance against the standard. Taking action to improve performance. This is the feedback loop. This is somewhat an effective way. Like in classes, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have you as drink your assignment. Your first one, I didn't give you a chance. Now I'll let you have drink an assignment, and I'll give you feedback, and you have a chance to go back and turn it in with feedback. Then I'll leave it up to you. I said, this is like this type of grade, but you have a chance, either improve it or not. So, feedback loop does work in some circumstances. Again, I wrote, not so easy. Guideline for performance appraisal. It's very hard to really figure out performance appraisal of people that are working here. So hopefully when your team comes, just tell us what is not working. Tell us cases that are not working. Because if it was working, we would have all this issue. And most of these performance appraisal evaluations are very boring and long. So you see tonight, we talked about mainly a lot of topics that we covered in this class, past what we're going to cover in the future. Again, talks about, successful performance, the specific record of critical incidents, both positive, negative. Again, these are very standard information most companies have. They have it here even, and again, not working, so it have to be a little more effective way of figuring out somebody's performance. And thing is, so what is the summary of? Talked about, because remember, tonight you have to summarize this.
We have to change the whole system, or we have to find a way that is working for us, and basically evaluate everything like educational system, family relationship, and bring it to the work, into the social life.
Talked about effective leadership, talked about hiring, talked about what else can you take from the lecture tonight? How would you, as I said, I always ask you to what did you learn tonight? So what did you learn? How would you summarize? What is after this hour of discussion? You're leaving from here with what? Somebody So we can wrap this up.
So the textbook methods of everything that you went over has not been changing, has not been adapting with the times, and so you need to find what works for you, what applies to your situation, and what works well for you.
What else? If I was going to summarize as I'm summarizing, what I learned after looking at this thing, one thing, I got that there are things that works. There are a lot of things that are not working. I just learned to be aware of things that are not working. So many times, you have to learn to know that there are things that it's not ideal, it's not working. The system is not always right. The system is not always as they say, as these resources tell us. As long as no, my question or my challenge to you is what can we do to improve? There are things we can do to improve, but sometimes, as I said in one of the slides, learn the fact that sometimes you can change. And know to live with it, but know that at some point, you just have to give up. And it's okay, it's life. You learn sometimes, that things are not the way you want it to be. You have to give up. So, always the end up, meditation says, okay, be positive, be, but that's not. So, learn. Not always works. So, are those motivational speakers that comes in and says, believe in yourself, do this or that. If it was working, you wouldn't be in this situation. It works very little. So just be aware of the situation. That, thank you for listening.